Moorland magpie in the rain, what's he doing? He's messing about in the grass. Hot air, ever so light rain. It's really nice. Summer rain is something else, dude. Summer rain is just, it's really nice. I'm just sitting up here, Gibbet Hill, Blackdown area, watching this rain just roll in. It's rolling in between Brenttor and the gliding club. There's like a little valley, and the rain rolled into that, and before that was clear and Brenttor was clear, but now it's just covered that, poured over the valley, and then it's gonna make its way over to us right now. But what strikes me is, now there's no cars moving, it's like silent out there. All I can hear is like a distant dog barking. It's been a while since I've heard it this silent anywhere. There's a bird. It is dead silent except for the dog and the bird. There's a little bit of bashing going on down the hill at the farm. Someone opening a gate maybe. It is so quiet apart from that though, it's really nice. Little driving update. Driving update from my noob driving days. I've still only been a driver for about 1 year, is it? In about 1 year. One cool thing I've noticed is when you're driving along, because the steering wheel, I don't know if I can show it very well while the car's off, but because the steering wheel is like at an angle, it's not vertical straight up and down. It's not like that is the side of the wheel. It's like this clearly is the side of the wheel. Because of that orientation, when you're driving along, you can sort of put your hand to one side of the wheel. It won't work if you're at the top, and you can push or you can pull. Now this, if I push and pull here at the top, it doesn't work. But if I just justify my hand slightly to the right, if I push, the wheel will now go that way. If I pull, the wheel will now go that way. So I can steer by like pushing or pulling there, or if I want to do it with the other hand, you know, push that way and it goes to the right now, and pull this way and it goes to the left. So I can just like do that. So I thought that was, I mean, I probably would have told you that last year at some point, at the end of last year when I discovered it. I thought it was really cool. It took me the longest of times through driving lessons and through driving the car myself to finally be at ease with and be at comfort with my car's dimensions. I always used to have like a reference point, and I still kind of do, for how close am I getting to the edge of the road. And for this side, I don't worry so much. It's my wing mirror, it's quite close to me. I can sort of see when my wing mirror is going to touch something. But over that side, I can't show you. Okay, I need to just turn the key on half. Remember to turn this off, else I'll have to have a AA call out. Turn the wipers on. Now my wipers got replaced, so there's a little block on the wiper. I don't know if you can see it very well. Just down there, there's like a little cube thing, a little square. You can see it better when it rises up. And that the right hand side of that cube thing is like my reference for the left hand of the car from my position driving. If I look at that, see, that lines up with the left hand side of the road. Let's turn that off now before I forget. So that's always has been a good cue for my first year of driving, for predicting where the left side of my vehicle is from the perspective of the driver's view, which always boggled my mind. You know, you think as a newbie, you look in the car and go, oh, well, as a driver, the left side of my car should be over there. And so I wouldn't be able to do this if I thought that way, because look, there's the left of the road and there's the left of the car. I would have been like going, oh, I've got to line it up so it's like that while I'm driving, and then you're way off to the right. So no, you realise you can't do that. But it's so paradoxical that like there is the full left-hand side of my car and my wheels. So if I'm driving over a bridge, I have to put the bridge wall just like here. It just seems so weird when you're a newbie, because you expect it to be over here, but it's actually like here. That is a strange thing. So learner drivers, I think you'll know what I'm talking about. Experienced drivers, you're way past this now. You're probably like, what the fuck are you talking about? I just know where the edges of my car are. And it took me a while, and I think I've reached that stage now where I kind of almost just know without references where the edge of my car is, sort of in the middle there. So it's a lot easier now for me to dodge walls and stuff and go through narrow obstructions than it was before. It's still really weird. It's always just really weird barreling along in my death pod, floating on a cloud. That's what the analogy is that I feel like when I'm driving. You know, you're going high speed, there's only like a dotted line like in the center of the road over here between you and the oncoming traffic, and you've just got to keep slightly, like a few centimeters to the side, and you won't hit them. And I just thought, it's impossible for me to do this, especially at night. Like, how would I keep my distance from an oncoming car at night when I can't judge my car's dimensions well? And like, I was just cringing, and like every time a car would pass me, you know, opposite side of the road coming towards me, I'd think, that's too close. No, that's too close. Oh, you're too close. That's too close. I still do that a little bit now, because I just see people's tyres just going over the white dotted centre line. I'm just like, why are you doing that? There's no reason why you should be doing that. There's plenty of room for you to move over. And that's the only time when I'm doing it now, I think. A lot more of the time, I'm less worried about an oncoming car. This one looks like it's from another country. It's got a weird number plate. I'm less worried about an oncoming car passing me, but it does still feel... If you were the type of... I don't believe in suicide, alright? Not my kind of thing. I don't believe in it. I could never do that. Despite all the shit I've gone through, which, you know, if I did believe in suicide, I would have done it ages ago. But all you have to do is go just driving along a road normally, and you want to kill yourself, all you have to do is turn the wheel slightly to the right, and that's done. It boggles my mind how everyone in the driving, like the DVLA and the government parts of the driving industry, is like, safety, 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 safety. But they can't see that everything you're doing is taking a risk. When you're out on the road and there's like a little centre line there, you could just go, meh, and just die. Meh. That's all it takes. And so, but you do just get into this kind of zen, drone-like, you're sort of in a trance, like a technological trance of, I have learnt this now, like learning to ride a bike or something. When you learn something, like you learn a language and you just do it on autopilot, you get in a sort of technological trance of, I know exactly what to do. I can almost daydream, and I'll be able to like follow the curves and stay on my side of the road and follow all the bends and slow down and speed up in the right places. And you only really have to think when you're like trying to navigate it to a place you've never been before and follow street signs and like, is it this way or is it that way? But a lot of it becomes weird zen style second nature to you, which in a way is sort of bad, because it just means you're doing loads of things like a mindless drone on autopilot and you're not really thinking about them. You just can do it without thinking. So obviously those things just become kind of second nature to you, but I'm still learning. obviously I posted something the other day about the aircon draining the battery of the car when it's not idling, and I was like, oh, okay. It sort of blew my mind, like, surely if the car's on, then the battery in the car is powering all the stuff. But apparently it needs constant recharging to be able to power that stuff. Like, it doesn't have enough juice in it to just keep powering it after a drive. It's only got a certain amount and then it's gone. So, and then your car can't start. So I'm still learning stuff. There's still just stuff I've never heard of. Like Dad the other day was saying, like, if your oil pressure has a problem and you don't get it checked out, the pistons inside your engine can melt and fuse to the casing, and then they won't move, and then the engine will just break in your car because it physically can't move to do its job, and then you'll have to replace either the engine or the entire car. It's like, so you learn little things, especially from mechanics fixing a problem you've had. You learn weird little things. Like, I've got something in my car called a fuel pressure switch, which is the dash computer thing, like interfacing with the oil pressure somehow and checking it. And I've got to get that replaced, because that's actually the problem I had the other day when I was driving around Horrobridge with that fuel pressure warning. Is it's like a faulty computer which gives a false reading, and it doesn't know that there's no problem with the fuel pressure. It thinks there is a problem, and it keeps showing me at really awkward moments, and I think, oh my god, my car's about to explode or something, I must slow down and put hazards on, when really I should just be driving normally, because there's no problem. It's lying to me there's a problem. Apparently a lot of car computers just do this bullshit, but apparently they're going to try and fix that at the end of the month for me. Yeah, so I'm still learning. It's fun. It's cool to just learn something by experience. It's always cool to learn things by experience. It's like, oh, I didn't know that. You'll just be driving along and you'll notice something right in front of you that you can do with your car that you've never even noticed before, and you're like, oh, right, that's how it works. Okay. And you just kind of feel it. Like, you don't have to think too hard about it. You don't have to look in a book or anything. You don't have to do any research. You're just like, I can see in front of me how this is working, and you just get experience on the roads, and you put two and two together with how your car's moving and what you're doing with the pedals at the time and everything, and you sort of understand what's going on. Don't know how to explain it. A lot of stuff with gears and the rev counter and stuff. Like, I have not finished learning about the rev counter and its connection to gears and I can't remember the name of it. Rev changing, is it? Rev matching, things like that. And the fact that you can't get a proper reading on your car's oil or your coolant level just because your car's parked on a hill and it's slightly wonky to the side. And then you open the bonnet and you're like, why does this look weird? Like, and then you're like, oh, okay, it's just liquid. It's liquid in a cup and it sloshes to the side when you're parked on a hill. Oh, right, so that's why, my car's fuel is reading lower than it should read, or the coolant looks like it's at the minimum when it's actually near the maximum, or something like that. And yeah, it's just little, physical things like that. It's like, all you have to do is connect the dots after a while of having the car and playing with it. And the same's true of like bodyboarding, which you can't do if someone's looking over your shoulder and breathing down your neck the whole time, or riding a bike, or learning a language. The more you do things with experience, the more you just sort of know. Those are the best sorts of education that you can get, to be honest.